Alright guys, here's my bike. If you're seeing this, you're probably coming from Craigslist ad, or I don't know, might have been recommended to you on YouTube. Maybe, just maybe, it happened to pop up in your subscriptions, but there's only like less than 150 of you guys, so probably doubt it, but here it is. I'm about to sell it. I've decided on buying a Honda Navi because this just can't fulfill my needs anymore. It's starting to become impractical for what I want to do. So, anyways, if you're interested in the bike, you can watch, me going over it. If you don't need to see me go over it and you just want to see a ride, then click the time here. And, I don't know, I guess I have nothing else to say other than it's raining and this could be bad. And the camera will go out of focus, most likely. So, anyways, let's get into it. Starting from the front. Very front. These are Bell Cruiser tires. They have been on the bike for quite a while, and there's not much sign of wear. They were put on right after the first video of the bike. The timestamp in that video and the video is on the screen. So, wait, no. The video is on the screen showing how many miles I have compared to the amount of miles I have on it right now, which is 816 miles. And while I'm up here, might as well go to the engine. Engine has 51 hours on it. So, anyways, cruiser tires, they work fine, they ride smooth. I don't recommend them in rain because they're pretty slick in rain, but they work fine. And all this streaking you see, it's from the brake pads. It's on the back tire as well, but anyways, it's hard to clean off, so yeah, they ain't gonna get cleaned off. Anyways, put this valve stem cap on, make it look nicer. This is part of the speedometer, which is a wireless speedometer. It's up there, and the brakes work pretty good. They're adequate, as you saw when I was rolling in here. They stopped me pretty darn quick, and painted them to look nicer. Got a fender on here too, which really helps with the spray. I'll see if you can see a difference. Yeah, you can. So if you see down here it's all dirty and stuff, yeah, it's not showing up because the camera's out of focus. The phone's about to slip out of my hand. Come on, work please. Okay, anyways, it's dirty there, it's not dirty there. So the fender works pretty well in rain, and the rear rack acts as a fender for the rear. Here's the battery pack for the 50,000 lumen light, which works really well. So here's it on full blast, and you can kind of see it over there maybe. Yeah, anyways, here's the light, and it's pretty bright at night. Here's a picture of what it looks like at night. And fuel tank, it's a 3-liter. I can get about 65 miles on one tank, like 65 exactly. So I usually set my what is it? The distance. I just passed it. The distance. So I've gone 14.8 miles since the last fill up. I usually go about 60, just to be on the safe side, and that'll get me to the gas station. And it's a really cheap fill up too. This here is a nitrous dispenser. You won't see this on any other bike. It's a little 16-gram cartridge of nitrous in there, and it's an a bike air pump. So you put a CO2 cartridge in there and it fills up your tires, which you can use it for if you had CO2 cartridges in this bag here, which is a pretty nice bag, suits my needs. The toolkit is a mess because I didn't put it back together before I got here, and so is this. I don't know how that got out of whack. But anyways, here's the toolkit and a spare nitrous cartridge. Tire patch kit, tire pump, crescent wrench, and a pair of pliers, along with various Allen wrenches, and hard to do this with one hand. And there's a socket in there, and a little useless wrench thingy on the side, plus some screwdrivers. There we go, now it's focused. So that's the toolkit. I guess I'm kind of jumping around the bike now, but here's a battery pack. I will be selling it with this on. It's very, very nice to have. Just have your phone up on the handlebars and have it connected to this wire here, which goes up to here. It's a lightning. You can put whatever cord you want on it. It's 4 feet. This is a 4-foot cord, and it fits just right to a phone mount right here. Except my glove's starting to blow out, but it goes right here and charges up your phone pretty good. I'm not going to be putting a phone mount on here because I want it for myself, so you're going to have to provide that if you want it. And if you buy the bike, let me know if you're going to use your phone on it, and I'll either include or not include that battery. Anyways, back over here. So this will be taken off because I lost the lid for it. This was to hold my nitrous cartridges. It's something I 3D printed, and as you can see, it kind of already broke in there. Come on, focus. Okay, there's kind of, you can see it. It's broken there. Anyways, yeah, there you go. So anyways, I lost the lid for it, and yeah, can't print a new one. Forgot to. Anyways, this is a different clutch than what came with the Groovy, what is it, 10G transmission, I believe it is. It's a 18 tooth belt to 54 tooth to a 9 tooth in the back here. There's the view from the back side here. Not very good, but that's what you're gonna get. And this kind of looks iffy because there wasn't enough spacers in the kit when I got it, so that's why there's a zip tie there. Anyways, the engine is obviously a 79cc Predator, as you can tell from the title, and lots of parts from Affordable Go-Karts, including this clutch, which is a what's it called? A high stall clutch, so it has different springs or something in it, and it'll engage at 3,000 RPM, which is really nice. It gives you a nice smoother takeoff, and which is very smooth, as you'll see in the ride video later. The clutch bell is the same as it was from the Groovy kit, and it has needle bearings in it, which is really nice. And there's a free wheel back here, so as you can see, I'm doing that without doing that, which is very nice to have because less wear and stuff. And when you're going down a hill, you can go to idle. This exhaust is different than stock, obviously, and I got a really nice pattern up here, but it looks like it's starting to get some rust. That's unfortunate, but makes a really nice color. The tape on here is exhaust tape, makes it nice and cool to the touch. Like, I just got done running it, what, 10 minutes ago? 8, whatever, however long I am into the video. And it's cold. Like, I can put my hand on it if I can get my glove off. There we go. I can put my hand on it and leave it on. I can leave my hand on it. Look at that. So, I mean, it's really good. And your leg is right here on your... Well, anyways, yeah, your leg is right here when you're riding it. So, it's pretty nice to have so you don't burn your pant leg like I've done a couple times in the past. I know the clamp setup here is a little different, but it kind of, this is what I had on hand. Anyways, the engine itself, I've removed the governor and put a plug here. That's a single bolt, quarter 20 bolt, tapped into this stub, one or the other, you figure it out. Right there, and I didn't want to put a nut and bolt because one or the other could fall off and go into the crankcase, so I just did that, and as you can see, no oil's come out. And looking back there, maybe you can see, maybe you can't, that is a ARC billet flywheel hiding in there. And it's really nice because it won't explode on you at high RPMs, along with the upgraded valve springs. These are 22 pound as opposed to 18 pound, and I've gone to let's see, let's take a look at the RPM. I've gone to 7,200 RPM with these. I could probably go like 7,500 or so without them floating. But before they would float at, what was it, like 6,700 or so. Wanted to put my glove back on. So anyways, this tachometer also has a temperature gauge. Here's the probe for it. It's pretty nice to see your temperature just for the fun of it. This engine usually hovers around 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that I changed the flywheel, I think the reason for that is the fins are a little bit different on the flywheel, and also I had to take off the little cooling baffle that was up here on the fins because I had to put spacers in. As you can see, there's a space right there. It wasn't there before, and it was able to cool it nicely, but with that space it just won't cool right with the baffle on. So it gets a little bit warmer, but I mean, not by much. It's fairly normal. Anyways, coming backwards, this is a what's it called, double leg throw whatever kickstand, I guess double leg. It folds up to one side. Here's a little sample from another video. It folds up, and this is how you put it down. Just kind of put my foot there, drag it over. I just didn't want to put the phone down and move it right now at this moment. Anyways, chain is a 415H. This is from MZ Miami. This has been the chain on the bike since brand new, and I mean, not that much wear, other than the tension kind of is loose. I have a tensioner that I will include in the parts bin. There's a picture here on the screen of that parts bin. Pause the video if you want to take a look at it. I'm going to be including almost all that stuff in the sale if you want it. So that's the parts bin. Anyways, I guess back up to the engine. The muffler's kind of loud. I had a flow-through muffler, which is in the parts bins, whatever, that you just saw, and it would hang right here, but my coupling system never really worked well. So if you want to weld on a little stainless steel or steel little tube up to the muffler and then a coupler, that would work great, and it was super quiet. I really liked it. Didn't rob much power, but I couldn't use it just because I ended up using a silicone tube and it didn't really work. Anyways, these are Cool Stop e-bike brake pads, and these are cartridge style brakes. The front brakes are just normal bike brakes, but the rear brakes here, they're Cool Stop brakes. So you take out this little pin here, and you can remove the shoe or the pad, whatever, and then put in a new one. Phone's out of focus again. Anyways, I painted these red. Makes it look pretty sharp. 36 tooth sprocket. I have a 44 tooth I'll be including. You won't go as fast, but really nice power, as long as you want to stay under 40 miles per hour. Yeah, the 44 tooth would give you really nice power. The 36 tooth, me being 150 pounds straight and level, I can do like 38, 39 miles per hour. And down a slight incline about 40, 41. And slight slight incline, I can do about 35, 37 miles per hour, so pretty good with a 150 pound person, and I like it. Keeps the RPMs low, noise low, less wear on the engine. Little American flag, you don't have to have it on if you don't want. I just had it sitting around the garage and figured I wanted to put it somewhere. So anyways, I already talked about the bag. Got the rack here. The rack is aluminum. It seems to work just fine. I wouldn't trust it with too much weight, but works pretty well. My my sprocket adapter system is a hub adapter, and it's clamped on there pretty good, and as you can see, it's right in there. It's right in the middle of the spokes, hasn't turned a bit, which is great. And these still work. The pedals still work and stuff. It works like a normal bike, and it pedals. You got this air filter in the way, which is kind of annoying. But behind this air filter is a carburetor from Affordable Go-Karts. This is their reworked carburetor. It has a little bit bigger bore, a little bit more power, and it also has a idle mixture. But yeah, runs really great, has pretty good power, and I really like it. Anyways, little breather filter here, because that's where the breather comes out now that I don't have the stock air filter. And I guess that's just about it, besides for, excuse me, suspension seat post. I gotta stand up for this. Suspension seat post, hopefully you can see that, and spring seat. So very, very comfortable ride, even with no suspension on it. This key up here is the ignition switch for the bike. Came from an airplane. I was originally going to put a light system on this bike. So it's going to have blinkers and tail light and everything. And that's what these wires are, wrapped around the handlebar. These are from an e-bike. And the brake levers are really good if you don't ever end up using the light switch. But this is set up for lights if you would like to put lights on. Anyways, the reason I went with an airplane key switch is because it was free and a mechanic friend of mine happened to have one. And so this is off. This slot would be filled in with epoxy. This would be bike on. This would be bike and lights on, is what I had planned. But never came to fruition. So if you want to do that, there you go. You got 4 positions you can mess with. So anyways, key comes out, and you can put whatever keychain you want on here. This is what I have. I'll be taking it off unless you're into airplanes and you'd like a I'd rather be flying keychain. So let's go on to the ride. Oh, one last thing. Aluminum throttle, really nice. Very very quick action. That's 0 to full throttle. 0 to full throttle. So it takes some getting used to, but I guess I have more that I forgot about. This here is a little remote for a thing I have underneath the engine plate. You can kind of see it there. Maybe you can't. Looks like it kind of went out of focus. Ah, there we go. So that is a little alarm. So if the bike moves, I'll see if it's charged up here. So we can, yeah, we can lock it, and then it sets itself. There we go. And then if the bike moves, okay, well, it's not quite working. Okay, the gyro went out again, so that won't be coming with the bike. So anyways, let's get on with the ride. So another thing I wanted to mention was everything on here is waterproof, so you can take it in the rain and stuff. And yeah, this thing is really easy to start. You just make sure your bag is zipped up. Give me a second here. And take off the kickstand. What I usually do on the kickstand is, let me pull you back out of the thing here. I just put my foot in front of the kickstand and then pull the bike forward, and that'll fold it up. So again, very easy bike to start. You just pull it a few times and it always starts. So there, it's off the kickstand. Gonna get on the bike and turn on the key here. Come on. There we go. Okay, now the key's going. Alright, so just make sure your throttle's at idle so it doesn't take off on you, which this used to stick, but it doesn't stick now at all. So that's great. So anyways, just pull it till it engages and then yank it. And first pull, there you go. So, just gonna check and make sure this is recording. You're gonna think I'm an idiot because I can already see it, and you can already see it. And as you can see, it's already recording. And there's me in the gas tank. Pretty cool. So, let's get going. pull the throttle and get it kind of engaging, get the clutch kind of engaging, and then just go. Also, since the bottom half of the transmission is open, your pant can kind of get drug into the belt, so always make sure your pant is pulled to the side, pant leg is pulled to the side before you get going. I was wondering what that noise was. It was the alarm. So it finally worked.